I can just stand up and go, oh my God! Dude, check it out. Bicycle lane. I can never see this in America. I always see this on the UK British guy vloggers. They have like these bicycle lanes just for bicyclists, which isn't a bad idea. You just, out here around the country, and there's a bicycle lane. I think in the UK, like the bicycle guys are allowed in it now. That's a cop. I was just about to get in it and be like, let's see if it's allowed over here. Not anymore. I don't have anything hooligan to do. What am I going to do in this vlog? I don't know. I already started the camera. We're doing something now. Oh, it's on. It's on! It's happening, but no shenanigans because there's a cop behind me. We'll wait for him to mosey on the other way. I'm speeding, just bluntly passing him too. Like I just drove past him, just speeding. It's one of those undercover units. It's not so undercover. When you see horses, it's okay to scare them when they're in the pasture like that. If you're on a bike with a loud exhaust and you pass a horse and there's like a rider and they're riding at you on the side of the road, which some of you guys will never see in your whole life. You see it out here in Texas though from time to time. Be nice, pull the clutch in. You can scare the shit out of that horse and cause it to like buck. So don't do it. I like these. Oh, it just turned off. I like these school zones that are 35 miles an hour versus the 25 mile an hour ones. Like, yeah, kids are just faster out here in this country. I know what I can do. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Ready? Story time, yeah. That's my new intro to story times. Let's talk about another crash. Crashes are cool. This one is not going to be a motorcycle crash though. It's going to be a Jeep Wrangler. No, it's a CJ7. It's fuck Wrangler. They're going old school. CJ7 versus commercial bus. Dun dun dun. So that's what happened, right? I go to see my buddy. He was going to school up in Laramie, Wyoming, doing this Wyotech program. Some people will know what that is. Most of you won't. It's just a tech school thing. He was learning to be a diesel mechanic. He was going to school up there. Well, like the last week of school, he wanted me to fly up with it and hang out with him for the week, you know, which I did, which is really weird. We like hung out and partied like while he had finals going on. But it was good times, and what am I going to say? I was, you know, I like to party. I was down. So I went up there and hung out with him. Then the deal was we were going to drive back, and we were going to take turns driving his Jeep back, which was like a 17-18-hour trip. And we were just going to one-shot it, you know, take turns, sleep, drive, whatever. And that's what we did. And so we're going along. We're almost all the way back. I think we're like 2 hours away from home when some bullshit happens. We're on a 2-lane highway, 2 lanes, you know, each side going each direction, you know. And it's a blacktop highway like this with no lights and nothing to fuck around. We're between basically cities, which happens for long stretches when you're out doing like long, you know, interstate traveling like that. Especially as you're getting into Texas, like, you know, until you get into like the more populated parts around the big cities, you'll have these cities with like, you know, they'll tell you as you're leaving the city, you've got like 120 miles to your next fill up, so you know if you need to get gas in. Which for me would be a bitch because this bike does about 115-20 miles before it runs flat out. So, I don't know if I could do that. I'd have to get a auxiliary tank and strap it to my back or something. I don't know. So, anyways, we're about like 2 hours away from home, and it's about 3 in the morning, I want to say. And basically, we're in the slower lane of this 2-lane highway. You know, so we're in the what side is that, guys? I don't know. I forgot things. We're in the right lane, and so, you know, we have a passing lane next to us, and there's no one around. You can't even see any headlights. It's all black. The only lights you can see are the lights you have projecting onto the road. And we're going along, and we start seeing like this bright light coming up behind us. It's really bright. I think this guy had his high beams on, and we didn't know at the time it was a commercial bus. I already told you it was a commercial bus from the beginning. It was kind of, you could tell a story in a dramatic way, but whatever, fuck it. Anyway, so, fucker, let's start inching on me. Ain't got no reason to inch. So, we're going along, and oh, but see these bright lights coming up behind us. What is that? What the fuck is that? You know, they're so bright when you look back, it just blows your vision, and you can't see a thing. You know, we know something's coming up. It's coming up pretty quick. So we're going along, and it's just about like up on us. But it's actually, this all happens like, you know, really fast. You know, it always does. And so he's my buddy's sitting there driving. He's driving at the time, and he's looking up in his rear view. He's like, "Dude, what is that? What is coming up behind us so fast?" And I'm like, "I don't know." So I turn my head, and let me turn my head for real. Actually, turn right here. It wasn't turned this far. I'm gonna show you how far it was turned. Like I turned my head to look behind me. I'm sitting front ways. I turned my head like that, and then felt like we fucking exploded. That's the best I can describe it. Yeah, we exploded after that. Like boom, bang! It makes that huge bang. Every crash makes the same noise. If you haven't been in a wreck, good for you. If you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wrecks all go boom. So we get the loudest bang, and like all of a sudden I know is we're like just hard knocked the fuck back, and into our seats, and we're like instantly accelerated a whole bunch of speed. The Jeep, this is an old school Jeep. It's like an '84. And it was reliable. It was good shape. It was in really good shape because it was all lifted. It had big ass fucking tires on it, huge ass lift. I mean, we were only doing like 55 because a Jeep, it's like that. You don't want to really go any faster than 55. That's as fast as you damn well want to go in something that's jacked up like that because they get and be unsteady at speeds. I think this is the way I need to go. Yeah. So yeah, we're like, holy shit, and the Jeep actually got like it actually was up on two wheels, not like left to right. For a brief second, it was actually like this, like we were doing a fucking endo because we were impacted so hard from the behind. Yeah, we liked it. And fuck. So we end up with this, this huge impact. Actually, I think I can. Don't worry, I looked. And so we had this huge impact from behind. We're like, what the fuck was that, And what it was, maybe I can't. I don't know. We'll find out here in a minute. I'm pretty sure I can do what I just did. We're kind of reselling the Jeep. We're like, we're all over the road, and he's slowing down. He's going to the side. We're going off into the grass median, which is huge. You see, we have big grass medians out here, and he's going off into that, but on this side of the road. And we're like, what the fuck was that? We're so shooken up, whatever. But the next thing we see, that's fucking wrong. I just should have gone off there, whatever. We see this fucking bus, like almost jackknifing us, passing us in the grass, like sliding us off. A big fucking commercial fucking bus. We're like, what the fuck? What is that? And as it turned out, it was a commercial bus. Driver fell asleep at the wheel. They think he was doing 85-ish, and we're doing 55, so he was pretty good. He gave us a hell of a knock. His weight displaces our weight by a lot. So for him, he probably was like, oh, what was that? We'll go. And we're like, oh, God, oh, we're in a wreck, oh, it's horrible. So that's what happened to us. And about to go through a toll booth here. I don't know what those are. It charges you as you go underneath it. Some people wheelie their motorcycles through them so it doesn't read their plate. But I never get charged anyway. I think my bike's just too light to set off the sensor or whatever. Anyway, we're like, what the fuck happened, It was crazy, man. And the guy had no passengers on board. That's one of the reasons that happened. Like, it was like an extra bus. Like, it wasn't needed. He was just taking it back or some bullshit like that. I don't remember. So, we ended up, we're all effed up, and I somehow find my phone. Everything gets knocked all the hell around, and I call the police, which takes forever. It was like one of these satellite connection deals. I guess when you have no signal, which we didn't. We're in the middle of nowhere. When you dial 911, your phone has some kind of capability of connecting to some kind of satellite or some bullshit. I don't know. I really didn't look into it. Didn't really care. So basically, yeah, these pickup trucks start stopping all around us, and these guys get out, and they're wearing flannels, and fucking suspenders and shit like that. We're like, this must just be random people stopping to help us. No, this was the volunteer fire department in the middle of nowhere, fuck off Texas. Well, I mean, I'm glad they were there. It just, it startles you when you don't see an ambulance or a fire truck. You see pickup trucks, and guys get out. And I was joking because you ever heard of the Jaws of Life? The Jaws of Life, these big grip things they used to rip the doors open. Well, they were low budget. They didn't have the Jaws of Life. They had what I called the Jaws of Joe, which was basically a really long stick and a fat guy who jammed it into the door, then put all his body weight on it to pry the doors open, because they were all fucked up and shut, you know. They like cut the top off. My buddy's like crying. She's like, "My poor Jeep, please don't cut the top." And we couldn't move, and we were all fucked up. We had to let them get us out of the vehicle, because I was like, for God's sakes, we could have broken backs. And I had a few broken vertebrae, and so did he. So it turned out I was right by saying that. Could have gotten paralyzed. And so we were waiting for them to get us out. And they could just easily as unbuttoned it as the guy took out his knife and cut it. And, you know, my buddy's freaking out, like, it was a brand new top. They're like $600 or something absurd. I don't really know how much they are. They're probably not that much, but they're not cheap. And they're cutting into it. And what he didn't know is he would have barely turned our heads. I looked behind, and these big poles and just shoved right through it in the back. So I was like, buddy, it's too late. It's already effed. Don't worry about it, you know. So he's upset, and he's all crying, and I'm like, dude, it sucks, but it's gonna be all right, man. And it was his baby, man. That Jeep really was. So, anyways, yeah, they pried us out, and they took us to the hospital, and come on, it shouldn't be this hard. They pry us out, and they take us to the hospital, blah, blah. Yeah, an ambulance did show up. I thought we were going to be putting the stretchers on the back of a pickup truck, and I was going, it's December, it's going to be really cold. But, yeah, they took us to the hospital, and they x-rayed us, and then we had to recover and this and that. You know, it sucked. I think I was in physical therapy for like 6 months or something. I had, like, whiplashed, like 100% of my spine was, like, whiplashed, apparently. So that sucked. And anyway, after a lengthy recovery process, I was never pronounced 100%, but you know, I was alright. I still have back problems every now and then, and so does my buddy. But you know, we got some change for it. Not a lot. We got a little bit of money out of the whole situation. That's a very bright shirt. And all these busted cars over here. Look at that one. Ugh. Repair center here at the shop. I don't know why I'm driving through here. I'm just bored. But yeah, that was my wreck story. Got a settlement from the whole thing. Nothing crazy. The shitty thing was I had my R1 stolen, and I needed to pay that off. So I just ended up using all the money to pay off my stolen motorcycle. Once that was all said and done, yeah, I don't know. There's no fucking conclusion to the story, or moral, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I guess if you were looking for a moral to the story, the moral would be, if you see a giant pair of headlights coming at you, just get the fuck out of the way, because there's a chance it's a guy who fell asleep at the wheel who's about to kill you. I feel bad for that guy. I mean, I'm sure he got fired, but I mean, what are you gonna do, you know? Anyways, peace out.